We've been talking this morning about Christmas. Anyone who's done their Christmas shopping. We've got a lady in the studio who has started her Christmas shopping. It's Maxine. Hello, Maxine. How are you?
Hello. Hey.
Have you really started your Christmas shopping?
I've nearly finished. I'm really on top of it.
Right. We didn't come to talk about Christmas,
No.
did we? We come to talk about foster carer. You are a foster carer.
I am, yes.
And tell me about your experience. What's your background like? Where are you from and what do you do?
I was a training manager for 21 years. I've got 3 grown-up children. I left training and went into banking for 3 years. And then I started fostering. And of all the jobs I've had, fostering has got to be the best, the most rewarding.
So what were your first thoughts about fostering? When did you start to think I could do this?
Years ago, when I was working full-time, I went on a cruise and there was a social worker on the cruise and I was just talking. I said, do you think I could take a child that's in care and let them come and stay with me for 2 weeks over Christmas and give them the most fabulous Christmas? And she said to me, and then what? So I said, well, then they could go back and I go back to work. She goes, well, is that fair? She says, if you want to foster, why don't you go through the channels and foster? And I thought, well, I'm working full time. And I think at the time there was so many things that I was thinking about. Can I do that? Can't I do that? And so I just went back to work and I never thought, I did think about it. But then when I left and went part time, that's when I started looking at fostering. And I just went online. Inquiry. I got a phone call. The next day I got a visit and then the ball started rolling and I've never looked back.
So tell me about your experiences from the point that you started to foster. So who have you fostered with that?
I've had 5 children in 3.5 years. I've had a teenage girl, special needs, absolutely adorable. She was my first. She left me when she was just before she was 19 and she lives independently now. She's made so much progress. I'm so proud of her. Lovely. Keep in touch with all the children that's ever stayed with me. I've got an 8-year-old little girl long term with me now. I've just had 10 weeks ago I got a little boy. He's 10. He's adorable as well, and he's just finding out things. He's riding a bike, never ridden a bike. He's looking forward to Christmas because he's never celebrated Christmas before. So it's things like that I can't wait for Christmas, just for him really, because the little girl, she's had 2 Christmases already with me, so I can't wait.
So what is that Christmas experience like now in your house?
Well,
it must
we
be
have
very chaotic.
a tree. It's massive. It takes over the whole room. Lights flashing on and off. All the presents underneath, and the kids are all squeezing boxes because they're all wrapped up just to see whether they're getting their phone and the tablets and the things that they've. Because we have a list. We stick it on the wall and we put one of those presents on the list goes to Santa. The special one has to go to Santa. And then the rest, if they're good behaviour, they'll get the things that they've asked for. So the little boy who's 10, that's never celebrated Christmas, you ought to see the size of his list. It goes on and on and on. But it's lovely. I can't wait to just see him. And the little girl, the first Christmas she had, we did Christmas dinner and we put the turkey and the ham and all the trimmings on the table. And she come into the room and she stood there really sad. And she said, Maxine, do I have to eat all that food? So I said, no, it's not all for you, because you've never seen a table so full of food. It's things like that. It's lovely. Memories.
Creating those memories. And your own family, you've got grown-up children. How do they react to this?
They love the children. I mean, the little girl that I've got that's 8, she's long-term. She's been with me just over 2 years now. She calls my daughters auntie and my son uncle. And I've got a grandson as well, and he's her cousin. And she goes, oh, I've got a cousin, and I've got this. And she's never had siblings of her own, and she's just part of the family. That's how she is now, and that's how they are. Even the one that was special needs that's left and she's living independently, she calls them aunties. You know, we're family, all of them. Even when they leave, they're still part of the family.
What would you say is the best thing about fostering? I can feel from you how enthusiastic you are about this.
It's the love you get. You give love, but you get tons more back. And the fact that you see them develop in front of you. I've had children within 2 or 3 weeks. It's amazing. And then you get called into school and the school say, I can't believe he used to sit there with his head down. Now I have to pull him about skipping down the corridor, laughing, everything. You see it instantly. You see the change in children instantly.
You're getting into trouble for making people too happy. That's your problem, Maxine.
But they make you happy as well.
And tell me about your home situation. Are you on your own?
I am
married?
single, yes. And I have the 2 foster children, a 10-year-old boy, 8-year-old girl. We have Jasper, that's my dog. He's part of the family as well. And we're just a family. We're all a family and we're all happy, and that's the main thing. It's a happy house.
Do you find it difficult at all being on your own?
No. You've got support. I've got my children. They're grown up. My ex-husband, he's a good friend. He's fine. If I'm stuck with anything, he can pick one of them up, if I'm going to the school with the other one. And you've got friends. You've got that support. So I've never felt alone, with the children. And they need other people around them rather than just me all the time. And friends, the little boy I was talking about, he went to his friends for tea yesterday. It's the first time in his life he's ever gone for tea at a friend's house. It's little things. They don't mean anything to children that live with mum and dads. But when you've got a child that's never done things like that, he's just talking all the way home in the car. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that, I had this, I had that. Unbelievable. What
I've always wanted to know about foster caring is about you first meeting a child for the first time and getting to know them. How do you get to know someone that you've just met for the first time?
When they walk in, they are shy. They're shy, and you show them the room. And I always buy, when I know they're coming, I always buy them a bit of something. So as they come through the door, they come in, I always ask the social worker prior to them bringing them, what do they like? In the little boy's case, it was a football. So I nipped out that afternoon, because I knew he was coming after school, and got him a football. And it was on his bed. And I got him a football duvet as well, with footballs on. Just little things like that. And he goes in the room and he looks round and he goes, wow, is this for me? And that just does it then, doesn't it? I mean, it just brightens them up. And they relax as well. And food, one thing I have noticed with looked after children is the fact that they want to know what their meals are for the day, because it's routine. That's all you need is routine and boundaries, and they're happy. They are. You might think, boundaries children like, but they do. They do like to know what's expected of them, what they're having, and that they know if they're sad or they're worried about things, they can come and sit and have quiet time with you and tell you.
What do you think the future holds for you as a foster carer?
I would foster until I'm ready. Well, until I'm dropping, maybe. I would never stop. I just think, and if there's people out there that are thinking about it, they should, and they've got any worries at all, speak to the fostering team or come and speak to a foster carer. Honestly, they need to, if they're thinking about it, just go. They'll never look back. I haven't, anyway.
You're so enthusiastic. I feel like I'm suddenly going to have loads of kids now because of fostering. There is a You Can Foster campaign, and you can pop along to the Denton Centre in Denton if you would like to find out more. So Monday the 26th of September. Sorry, we've had that. No, we haven't. 26th of September between 2:30 to 5, and Thursday the 27th of October between 5:30 and 7:30, where you can speak to social workers and foster carers to find out more. You're incredibly enthusiastic, and what an inspiration you are, Maxine. You made me feel very, very, very happy. So what would you say simply to someone who wants to foster?
Do it.
That's all you need to know. Go ahead and foster. Thank you, Maxine.